Just minutes ago, the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial was dismissed for the day. A former assistant to Combs will return to the witness stand tomorrow, and he described what it was like working for the music mogul, testifying that Combs' security team often told him to stay in his lane, especially if he was asking too many questions.
Meantime, we're getting a look at some of the prosecution's evidence, which shows some of the injuries Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, says she sustained from his alleged abuse. And we do want to warn you that you might find these images disturbing. The jury was shown numerous photos like these, which include images of bruises on Ventura's body, black eyes, a fat lip. You see that gash on her forehead. Criminal defense attorney David Oscar Marcus joins us now. David, thanks so much for being here with us. I'm curious, let's just pick up with those photos. You know, that is something that the jury can lay their eyes on and see, and it is quite clear. How powerful is evidence like that?
It's really powerful, of course, Jessica. Right under the video, the pictures are crushers for the defense, and that's why you're going to see them try to go back to the text messages, talk about credibility. It's interesting to see how the prosecution's really focused, of course, on the violence and the videos and the pictures. The defense is focused on, of course, text messages, consent theories, and things like this.
And David, talk to us about the insight that this former assistant, David James, can offer the jury, because he can really tie things together for the prosecution, right?
Right, Boris. So last week we had Cassie on the stand for 4 days. It was long, both the direct and cross. Today we had three fast witnesses, David James, of course, Kerry Morgan, Don Richard, all sort of in the Cassie orbit. And they're trying to, the prosecution, corroborate, of course, what Cassie has to say by using these other witnesses. And so that's the goal of the prosecution. The defense, of course, is trying to undercut Cassie's testimony through the cross of these witnesses, attacking both their credibility and Cassie's credibility. I'm surprised a little used more of Cassie's text messages that are in evidence with these witnesses to try to impeach her. They can put them back on the screen for the jury. They haven't done that. So I think we'll see a little bit more of that coming up.
And James testified that Combs told a business associate that Ventura was, quote, moldable. He said, I got her right where I want her. She's young. What are they trying to get across to the jury by talking about these sorts of phrases?
Right. I mean, control is one of the big themes the government has here. How did he try to control Cassie and others? And so they're going to hit that theme, control, over and over and over again. And so they use words like moldable and so on. Of course, on the other side of control is consent. And so that's what the defense is going to try to say. Moldable, maybe, but there's a lot of consent here. Cassie brought the drugs and so on. So you'll see both sides of that coin being argued.
The defense is obviously trying to cast this not only as something that was consensual, but also just a bad relationship, a toxic relationship altogether. They want to paint this as not amounting to racketeering and sex trafficking, right? So how do they go about that with these kinds of witnesses?
Right. So again, you know, the defense in their opening owned that this was domestic violence, said it right from the start. They said, we're not going to fight that there's a lot of domestic violence here and so on, but it doesn't rise to the level of RICO, to racketeering. And that's the prosecution's challenge, because the evidence has been really bad for the defense if this was a domestic violence case. The question is, does it rise to the level of RICO, racketeering? And the defense has a lot of good arguments here. Despite our sort of visceral reaction to the videos, to the pictures, the question is, does that rise to a federal racketeering case? And the prosecution has a very long way to go. A lot of folks have said it's overcharged. It's too early to judge, of course. We've only seen a week of the 6 or 8 weeks of trial that are going to be. So we have to wait to see. But that's a big challenge. It's very difficult to prove racketeering, and pictures and video aren't going to be enough to do it. There's going to have to be more for the prosecution.
All right, more to come. David Oscar Marcus, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you all.